For those that have been around my channel for a while, you may be familiar with my state of the channel address that I do. It's not really anything crazy, but I like to do it every 6 months or so. It's been over a year since I've done one, where I basically just talk about uh, what I'm doing with my YouTube channel, what my goals are in the next, 3 to 12, 6 to 12 months, and just some upcoming videos and things I am doing in my personal life as well. It's just for fun, and also it's useful for me to kind of have some, a chance to speak out loud to myself and think about what I want to do. And also I can refer back to it in the coming months and say, oh yeah, I was going to work on this or that. So first up, there's no major changes to the channel. I've been absent the past maybe 3 weeks or so. I haven't made a new video. Actually now, as of yesterday, I put out a video that compares the size of a Tauren to a gnome. It was just kind of a fun little thing I was working on. Check out the video if you haven't already, because that video has a contest at the end that I think it's at the 6-minute and 40-second mark. It's a very easy contest to enter. You just have to answer the question of what are your feelings about gnomes, and you have 15 or fewer words to answer the question. You just comment on it, and then I'll pick my favorite, and the winner will get a t-shirt, a hat, and a $20 Blizzard or Battle.net gift card. That competition was sponsored by Voodoo Realm, and I've mentioned them before also. Pretty much every video I try to mention them. Voodoo Realm has been sponsoring my channel since, I think, starting at the beginning of the year, 2018, January 2018. And I like to mention them because they've been really generous towards me. The sponsorship has been really nice, and I've mentioned this many times that the goal of my channel is not to become a professional YouTuber or content creator. I don't even like using those words to describe myself. I don't even talk about my YouTube channel in my personal life. The only people that know about it in my personal life are my wife and my immediate family know about it. I forget even how they found out, but that's the extent of who knows about my YouTube channel. I don't talk about it much because I have a career outside of YouTube. But despite not having aspirations to become a full-time YouTuber or content creator, it is nice to make a little bit of money off of it. It's not life-changing money for me, but it actually has been really nice because it's given me the opportunity to take some of that sponsorship money and put it towards upgrading my setup a little bit, and that's made it easier to make videos, which is nice. It's made it a little more fun to make videos because things are a little smoother and take a little less time, and it's improved the quality of the videos, both a little bit in how I come at the videos, how I put the videos together, but also in even some things as simple as the resolution. Maybe a year ago I was still working at 1080p for all my videos. Sometime in the last year I moved up to 1440p, which has been nice. Actually, I did that before getting sponsorship, but they allowed me to do a few other things in the background also. Eventually I'd like to move up to 4K video resolution. I just haven't taken the time to get that going. But anyway, Voodoo Realm is a great company. They've been really helpful to me. They're actually based out of Australia. Their website is voodoo-realm.com. They make t-shirts and hats, a few other things. It's pretty nice stuff. Actually, I'm wearing one of their shirts right now, and the quality is nice. It feels good. They wash well. I haven't had anything rip or fall apart yet. And actually, just that if you're interested in their stuff, I'll get off this topic in just a moment. Check them out, and they actually have a coupon code that is set up for our viewers of my channel. I don't get anything from the coupon code, so I'm only doing this because I think they really make great stuff. You should check them out. But if you're interested in their merchandise, enter code SOUPA, S-O-U-P-A, for 10% off on your purchase. And also keep in mind that they have free shipping over a certain order. I forget how much. It's on their website. And their prices are in Australian dollars. So if you're based in the US, the prices seem high. It's because it's in AUD and not USD. So Australian dollars, not US dollars. But they'll ship worldwide. Anyway, so that's Voodoo Realm. They're a good company. Please check them out. Besides that, let's see what else is going on. It is summertime, or almost summertime. I don't know if it's technically summertime here in the US, which has been nice. So my wife and I have been spending time outside. We've been going for walks. We live near a lake, so we can go down to the lake. We've been playing We play tennis. We're not very good, but we enjoy playing tennis, so we've been getting out there a little bit, and that's been wonderful. I don't know. We had a long winters, and we love the cold. I strongly prefer cold weather to hot weather, but I mean, I would rather be below freezing than above 80 Fahrenheit. But it's been a long winter, so we're enjoying the weather outside. And between that, and between so a few things in our personal family life, nothing to worry about, but just some things going on there, and work. I was a little taken away from the YouTube channel the last few weeks, but I'm back on track. Work's been going really well. I'll put some pictures up here. I work with bacteria. I'm an infectious disease scientist. I talk about this from time to time. I think most people that are probably listening this far into this video are familiar with my work to some degree. So I'm an infectious disease scientist, and I study bacteria. And I get some photos up here of some bacteria I've been working on. I do some genetic manipulation of these bacteria, and I'm trying to identify sort of novel or undiscovered genes that are important in the bacteria's ability to infect humans. It's kind of a summary of my work. So here I've got some bacteria on, I guess, the left side of the screen, that are like the normal bacteria, and then on the right I have a photo of some that I made a gene deletion in, and it seems to have made the bacteria larger, so they can't, what it basically did is make it so they can't divide properly, and so they just elongate rather than really divide in the normal bacterial division process. And that wasn't really what I was intending to do. I was actually trying to make them smaller, tinier bacteria instead of larger, so I don't know. I actually kind of know what I did, and I'm working on it, but that's the kind of stuff I do day to day. Is I tried to make some gene deletions or other manipulations to the bacteria to help understand their physiology and means or mode of infection. So that's a lot of fun. I love my job. That's the main reason why I will never be giving up that career, and why I'll never go full-time YouTube. Besides the fact that I think it is financially very risky to go full-time on YouTube. You really need a lot of subscribers, and more than that, you need a lot of people willing to support you on Patreon or buy your merchandise or sponsor you. And I do have a sponsorship, which has been great. I don't have a Patreon because I worry that setting up a Patreon would result in me feeling a lot more pressure to make videos, and to make videos that people are asking and or demanding of me rather than just stuff I like to do. So I don't anticipate making a Patreon anytime soon. And merchandise, maybe I'll do some merchandise. That seems less invasive if I just have a little link in my video description, and as long as I don't push in people's faces, but I don't have any plans immediately to set up anything. Now, as far as upcoming videos, I have a huge list. As far as upcoming videos, so of course, I have a huge list. So of course, I will be working on continuing my Let's Plays for Vanilla WoW and Legion. My priority is to hit that Vanilla Let's Play to level 60 by the end of the summer, which is very doable, and to hit level 110 on the Legion Let's Play before BFA launches. I would like to have my Worgen Warlock at 110 on the day before the day of BFA's launch, so that when BFA launches, I can level that tune straight from 110 up to 120. I think that'd be a lot of fun to continue that leveling series that way. I was making good progress, but since I took the last almost 3 weeks off, today is May 30th. It's basically the end of May. It's actually also like 5:15 in the morning right now, so a little early. Because it is May 30th, BFA launch is August? So I've got like 3 months. Am I right? Is it August? I think it's August. I've got about 3 months, so I'm going to be really... It seems like plenty of time. I don't play that much though, so I have to really put some effort in here. Now I've got a bunch of other videos I'm going to, in mind as more feature videos rather than just Let's Plays. I'm going to read off a few here. I got a list going. So I'm going to look at the science of the World of Warcraft. I don't want to go in more detail than that, but I'm going to make videos on the science of the World of Warcraft. I've got a health video in mind, like in real life, like real life health. I'm not an expert on health, but I have some things in mind I think that'd be fun to make a video out of that could be useful also. I'm going to rediscuss patch 7.3.5. I've mentioned it in my Let's Plays a bit, but I've never thoroughly discussed it and how it impacts leveling for me personally. I did a leveling video, a discussion of leveling in Legion months ago. I think it was late 2017, before 7.3.5 launched, and obviously 7.3.5 changed that a lot, so I would like to revisit that, and I plan to revisit that pretty soon. I'm still doing some PC building videos. I did one of those back in early January, and I had a lot of fun making it. I've got another one mostly done. I just need to do some voiceover for it. So that'll be coming out in the next month or two. And then, let's see. So, on my Twitter, you don't have to follow me on Twitter, but if you'd like to, I'm on SoupaSoka Gaming on Twitter. I posted a tweet. I tweeted a few weeks ago and asked people if they'd be interested in hearing about how I almost failed out of high school and then now I have my PhD, which is, obviously somewhat at the opposite ends of the education spectrum, or the formal education spectrum. So I will quickly summarize. Basically, I literally failed about a half dozen courses in high school. I took a lot of no credit classes that were, like study halls, or I think our school was divided up into 8 periods in the day. You could elect to not take a class in the 8th hour, so I would take as few classes as possible, take study halls, which didn't count for credit, and then I failed a handful of classes on top of that, and did very badly, barely passed a few others, which resulted in me nearly failing out of high school, and I'll go into more detail in the video. But I didn't hate high school. I actually had a lot of fun when I was a teenager for a lot of reasons, but I didn't enjoy school itself. I didn't see the value in it. So I'm going to make a video to really discuss that and what changed in my life to get me to decide not only am I going to go to college, but I'm going to graduate college in 4 years and then decide that I want to get a PhD, which is wildly a PhD in a STEM field, I guess you'd call it. So, I feel like it's kind of an interesting story, and a lot of people responded to that tweet saying that'd be great. I'd love to see that, so that's going to happen. Maybe it'll be motivating for people. Maybe it'll be entertaining at the very least, I hope. So, otherwise, there's not a lot going on. In terms of content, I plan to stick to WoW primarily. I get a fair amount of emails these days asking me to either give me a free copy of a game and asking me to review it or preview it or play it on my channel, or some people offering to pay me to review their game for them or preview it or something. These are smaller games. I'm not talking about huge publishers, but indie games. I do have a soft spot for indie developers and indie games, but it has to be a game I'm really interested in, and that's why I haven't really done that yet. I did do it once a while back. Oh man, I'm totally blanking on the name of the game. I have no idea. I feel really bad. I can't remember the name. I played one video of it, and I actually enjoyed it. It was a little bit simplistic for me, but it was kind of an RPG style game, like a solo single player RPG game, and that made it relevant to the channel, I thought, and so I went ahead and played that game. I thought it was fun, so I went with it, and I enjoyed that. And that wasn't, I didn't get paid for that one. It was just, they just gave me a copy of the game, and I gave it a try, and I enjoyed it. It was worthwhile. That was over a year ago, but I haven't done any since. But I don't really plan to expand outside of WoW too much. For the most part, I'll stick to Warcraft games, and I am interested in maybe checking out some other MMOs, just even though I'm really casual, so I can't really commit a lot of time to an MMO. I think playing a few other MMOs might be fun. The team, I've been speaking to the team, Pantheon? There's another MMO coming out, and I've been talking to some people there, and I'm on their streamer list now, so at some point I'll probably be invited. I think the idea is that I'll be invited to either an alpha or like a closed beta to try it out. And I might do that. I'm interested in trying that out. The game looks very cool. Looks like a good game, but I haven't played it, so I have no idea. So I might try that a bit. And let's see. I think that's mostly it. I don't really plan to make major game changes to the channel. I will say, I've said this before, BFA is going to launch obviously before Classic WoW. When BFA launches, I'll be playing a lot of BFA for a while. But at the end of the day, when Classic WoW is launched, Classic WoW will probably be my main focus. But I enjoy Legion. I assume I'll enjoy BFA. So with that in mind, I will probably be playing both games. My hope is that Classic will be out while BFA is out and not after the next expansion is out. Like, I'd be pretty sad if Classic doesn't launch until the expansion after BFA is already out. No one has really, when Classic WoW was launched, when it was announced, I thought it would be released in spring of 2019. And spring of 2019 runs as late as, I think, the first week of June or so, before summer hits. That was my guess when Classic WoW would launch. Since then we've learned the BFA launch date is, summer 2018. We've got no other word about Classic. I still think Classic WoW will launch in spring 2019. I probably will hold on to that belief, even if we have no news, up until January 1st, 2019. If by January 1st, 2019 we have no news, I'm going to concede that that's no longer accurate, but I still think we're looking at a spring 2019 Classic WoW launch, but that's just my guess. Let's see what else is going on. I mentioned before, I'm an admin on Reddit. So reddit.com /r/Classic WoW, or r/Classic WoW. I am an admin on the Discord of that server, and I'm a moderator on the subreddit. So if you want to discuss Classic WoW, I've advertised it a few times. I only advertise it because I enjoy it, and I've had a lot of fun there and a lot of good discussion. But if you're interested in Classic WoW and you're on Reddit, check out r/Classic WoW, and you can see us in the Discord. We've got, I think we just crossed, or just about to cross 20,000 subscribers to the subreddit, so it's a decent-sized subreddit considering it's for a game that was released 14 years ago, and, I don't know what you want to call it, a re-release is coming out soon. I think it's a pretty good amount of players, or subscribers, so it's growing pretty steadily every day. We get maybe 100 to 200 new subscribers, and I think maybe more than that, actually. And I expect that it's going to not blow up, but get quite a bit larger around the launch of Classic WoW. I mean, I have a friend in real life who played WoW from around 2006 to 2010, and he quit. But he really liked it. He just got busy, he couldn't play anymore. And the other day, he found my YouTube channel. That's actually one of the only other people in real life that knows about it. He stumbled upon it. And he was like, "Oh, I didn't know you played WoW at all." I was like, yeah. So I don't talk about video games much in my personal life. He really liked the old game, hadn't played in a long time, and I told him about Classic WoW. He had no idea. He's a gamer. He plays games every day, and or he watches a lot of games. Actually, watches a lot of esports titles. He had no idea Classic WoW was gonna be a thing even, and it made me realize that that's very anecdotal, but Classic WoW just hasn't been advertised at all. It was a BlizzCon announcement, a Forbes interview, and there's a forum on Blizzard's website, and that's about the extent of Classic WoW's advertising. I don't know if they're going to really do a big advertising blitz for it when it comes closer to release, but I anticipate that it will have some sort of advertising, and along with it that you'll get a lot of players coming in early to check it out. A lot of them won't stick around, but a lot of them will also, hopefully. And then the point being that our subreddit will probably grow pretty quickly around that time when the game really starts getting its advertising kick. So I'm having a lot of fun on that subreddit. I will say Reddit as a whole, the people that organize Reddit, I think make a lot of terrible decisions. Not the subreddit, but the actual board of directors for Reddit.com make a lot of terrible decisions, and it is frustrating. But that's a long story for another video. But the subreddit is great. I have a lot of fun on there. I think it's great. I mean, it's obvious I'm one person with one opinion, but I like it. So, with all that said, that's kind of the summary of the channel. I do have, this summer I'm going to present some of my research for about a week. I'll be gone. There's a few different conferences, but I presented my research at a conference. I submitted, like an abstract, we call it, and it was accepted. It's a pretty, as far as conferences go, it's a relatively prestigious conference. So that's really exciting. I was really enjoying that. I recently, about a month ago, submitted an application to the American Cancer Society. It was like a 55-page document, which was an application, a grant proposal, where I wrote up some of my results so far and what my research is about and where my research is going. And basically, I'm trying to convince the American Cancer Society to pay me for 2 years, plus fund some of my research in my infectious disease research. Because the reason why infectious diseases relate to cancer, if you ever have known someone that is a cancer patient or had chemoradiation, anything, basically people, especially people that are on chemo, are considered immunocompromised, or their immune system is weaker, and those people are prone to being infected or having infections. And infections are, I think, the leading cause of death in a hospital. Like, people that are in a hospital, you're more likely to die from an infection than any other one specific thing. I think that's true. I need to double check that, so don't quote me on it. So obviously, the American Cancer Society, having a lot of people that they work with that are on chemo, they're immunocompromised, and finding new ways to protect them from being infected or to treat their infections is a pretty high priority. So that's my relationship to cancer research. I'm not doing cancer research in that sense that I'm studying cancer, but I'm studying infections which are secondary and important and relevant to cancer. So I applied for that, and other work things, that's kind of the big stuff right now. I've been mentoring a lot of students. I have a lot of grad students I've worked with in the last year, and that's kept me incredibly busy because they're very smart, very hardworking, motivated people, but they're new. They're straight out of undergrad, so they don't know as much as I do in terms of lab experimental techniques for the most part, which is fine. They shouldn't. I mean, they're new students, but the time commitment to work with them is pretty severe. Not in a bad way, but just significant, I should say. Not severe. Severe sounds negative. It's significant. But I enjoy it. I really like teaching, and that's one of my goals in the next few years is to apply to become a professor at a research institution, so that I can teach a class or two, have my own lab, work with my own students, and primarily conduct my own research. That's one of my main goals in life, I think, professionally anyway. But anyway, sorry, I'm of course this is a very big rambly video, but so I'm happy. Life's going well. My wife and I are doing well. Family's doing well. Work's going well. Took a little break from YouTube for a few weeks. Missed it a lot, and I'm really happy to be back. So if you've stuck to this video, which is about, let's see, the time is about 25 minutes, even now, 20 minutes, something like that. I appreciate it. It's a long video just to hear me ramble. But I like to give these updates once in a while, and please stick around. I have no way to close out this video. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.